coordinated control system for an electric power plant. Foster Wheeler 4287430. Description: a furnace feeds steam, water to integral separators, which are connected to feed steam to a superheater. The superheater feeds superheated steam to a high pressure turbine through turbine throttle valves. Steam, after driving the HP turbine, flows to a reheater, where steam is reheated and fed to a low pressure turbine. The HP and LP turbines are connected to drive a generator. Steam, after passing through and driving LP turbine, is fed back to a condensing section, where steam is condensed back to water, fed to a feed water pump. Feed water pump pumps water at high pressure to HP heater. HP heater feeds water at an elevated temperature and pressure to furnace. Converts water to steam. During startup, furnace output to separators will partly be water and steam. Separators separate water from steam so that only steam is fed to superheater. Water separated out by separators is collected by a bypass system. The water may be fed back to feed water pump or HP heater through valves. Water may also be fed back to condensing section for purpose of cycle water cleanup. Portions of system described thus far are referred to collectively as plant. Fully described in 3954087. Cold startup. To warm the system, roll and synchronize the turbine is effected as described by 3954087. After turbine has been synchronized, throttle pressure, the pressure at the throttle valves, would typically be 600 psi G. Load on generator typically would be 8% of capacity. After turbine has been synchronized, the coordinated control system assumes control of operation of plant, and it causes the throttle pressure to increase to maximum 3500 psi. Increase in throttle pressure during startup is referred to as pressure ramp. Typically, pressure ramp will end at a load 60% capacity. Alternately, throttle pressure may be varied to full load. The coordinated control system controls operation of plant in response to a load demand signal. The load demand signal is provided by a load demand signal source, throttle pressure, and a megawatt output of generator. Load demand signal provides indication of what is desired load for the system. From the system, In startup, after turbine has been synchronized, this load demand signal would be at 8% capacity. During startup, load demand signal is ramped from 8% to a selected load set point at which pressure ramp is selected to end. In response to the ramping of the load demand signal from 8% load to set point at which pressure ramp ends, the coordinated control system causes throttle pressure to ramp from 600 psi to 3500 psi. During this phase of operation, throttle valves are set and will remain in a fixed position. For example, if set point at which pressure ramp ends is 60%, then first two valves in 4-valve system would be opened. With throttle valves at fixed position, load on generator will be proportional to throttle pressure at throttle valves, and pressure is ramped from 600 to 3500 psi. Generator load will increase from 8% to set point at which pressure ramp ends. The load demand signal from source is applied to a signal programmer. The signal programmer converts applied signal to a pressure representing signal corresponding to position at which throttle valves are set during pressure ramp in startup operation. This signal is applied to a signal subtractor, which also receives a signal representing throttle pressure at turbine throttle valves. Signal subtractor takes difference between these two applied signals, applies this signal to a summing device. Output of subtractor will represent difference between throttle pressure needed to produce desired load represented by load demand signal and actual throttle pressure at turbine valves. Signal programmer also generates a feed-forward signal which varies in accordance with load demand signal according to a pressure predetermined calibration. This feed-forward is applied to a summing circuit and added to output of subtractor to provide at output of summing circuit a coordinated unit load demand signal. This coordinated unit load demand signal controls operation of plant to provide generator load corresponding to load demand signal. The coordinated unit load demand signal is applied to firing rate control 59, which controls fuel and air rate to the furnace. During initial part of pressure ramp, while bypass system is still in service, firing rate control will control firing rate of furnace directly in proportion to coordinated unit load demand signal. Thus, as coordinated unit load demand signal increases, firing rate to furnace will increase and thus increase steam pressure at turbine throttle valves. Accordingly, as load demand signal is ramped upwardly from 8%, pressure at throttle valves will ramp upwardly. Generator load will increase. Coordinated unit load demand signal is also applied to reheat steam temperature control, which controls gas proportion dampers in reheater in accordance with coordinated unit load demand signal. In addition, the coordinated unit load demand signal is applied to a spray startup control, which also receives a temperature control signal from superheat temperature control. The superheat temperature control receives signals from superheater representing interstage steam temperature. In superheater or final stage steam temperature increases, it will be reflected in temperature control signal. Spray startup control controls spray applied to superheater in accordance with coordinated unit load demand signal as compared with temperature control signal. When load on generator reaches about 25% capacity, all of output from furnace will be steam, so that bypass system for collecting water separated out from steam by separators will no longer be needed. Accordingly, at about 25% load, bypass system automatically goes out of service in response to pressure at separator output, reaching a predetermined pressure corresponding to the furnace output being all steam. Load set point at which bypass system goes out of service can be varied. When bypass system goes out of service, it signals firing rate control 59, a feed water pump control 65, and spray online transient control 67. After bypass system goes out of service, firing rate control will continue to control rate of fuel and air to furnace in accordance with coordinated unit load demand signal, but in response to receiving the signal from bypass system indicating that bypass system is out of service, the firing rate will be modified in accordance with temperature control signal received from superheat steam temperature control 64 as determined by interstage steam temperature and final temperature of superheater. After bypass system has gone out of service, firing rate control will respond to changes in temperature control signal to reduce fuel and air rate to furnace to counteract increases in interstage temperature of final stage temperature of superheater. During initial part of pressure ramp before bypass system goes out of service, feed water pump will pump water at about 25% capacity. After bypass system goes out of service, feed water pump control 65 in response to signal received from bypass system will begin to control feed water pump to pump water in direct proportion to coordinated unit load demand signal, so that as firing rate of furnace is increased to enable it to generate more steam, feed water pump will pump more water to furnace to furnish a supply of feed water for the increased steam. After bypass system goes out of service, spray online transient control begins to control spray in superheater in response to temperature control signal output from superheat steam temperature control 64. As load demand signal continues to ramp upwardly from 25% toward set point at which pressure ramp ends, firing rate and feed water pump rate will be correspondingly increased in response to increasing coordinated unit load demand signal from summing circuit 57. In addition, reheat temperature control 61 continues to control gas dampers in reheater 22 in accordance with applied control signal. Signal programmer 53 also applies signal corresponding to load demand signal to a transfer circuit 71 when load demand signal reaches the set point at which pressure ramp is selected to end. Transfer circuit 71 will apply the signal to a subtractor 73, output from which also receives a signal representing megawatt output from generator 25. When load demand is selected, when load demand signal rises above value at which pressure ramp is selected to end, subtractor 73 will be enabled to produce signal representing difference between load represented by load demand signal and actual load on generator 25 as represented by megawatt output of the generator. Summing circuit 57 will then add this signal to feed forward signal produced by subtractor 55. As load demand signal increases above load at which pressure ramp is selected to end, the signal programmer 53 will corresponding to maximum pressure of 3500 psig. When pressure ramp ends, pressure at the throttle valves should have been increased to 3500 psig. So the output from subtractor 55 should be 0 for load demand signals above that at which pressure ramp ends. Accordingly, coordinated unit load demand signal produced by summing circuit 57 will correspond to difference between load demand signal and actual load on generator 25 added to calibrated feed forward signal applied to summing circuit 57 from signal programmer 53 and modified by any small difference signal produced by subtractor 55. Firing rate control 59 will continue to control firing rate of furnace, and feed water pump control 65 will continue to control feed water pump 28 as load demand varies above set point at which pressure ramp ends in same manner as described above. In addition, reheat temperature control 61 will control dampers and reheaters in response to coordinated unit load demand signal. The coordinated unit load demand signal produced by summing circuit 57 also is applied to throttle controller 75, which comes into operation in response to coordinated unit load demand signal rising above set point at which pressure ramp is selected to end. Until coordinated unit load demand signal reaches this set point, throttle controller will maintain throttle valves in fixed position, but when coordinated unit load demand signal rises above set point at which pressure ramp is selected to end, throttle controller will begin to control position of throttle valves in accordance with coordinated unit load demand signal and will open throttle valves in accordance with increase in signal above set point. In this manner, generator load will be increased with further increases in coordinated unit load demand signal after the pressure ramp ends. Variations in coordinated unit load demand signal in either direction above set point at which pressure ramp ends will cause corresponding changes in firing rate, feed water rate, turbine throttle valve position and gas proportion dampers to change generator load to correspond to the coordinated unit load demand signal. The control system described thus provides an automatic control of power plant both during pressure ramp up to a set point at which the pressure ramp ends and at loads above this set point.